Hello, everybody. We're here.
I want to give my game a relog and get my
Okay.
stream sorted.
Cool. You do that. You do that. I have to wait for you guys to get over here anyway, so. But we're here. Things are happening. Let me clip over here. There's no need to see that anymore. There we go. Gonna get everything together.
Did you remember to tweet?
Yes. Yes. I tweeted a little bit ago saying I was gonna go live soon, and I just now did the Discord stuff. Since I know Twitch stuff is sad and takes forever. Hi, Lilani. So nice to talk to you. How are you doing?
Definitely weren't talking to her earlier.
I love Boba Ducky. That is probably my favorite thing.
She'll may make that a permanent thing.
I want everyone to put the Boba with the Ducky. Still looking at fucking light bulbs. This is the world you live in now. You live in the world where you look for light bulbs constantly. He is cute. He is cute. I like it with the little... I don't use that very often. Channel points. Get out of the way.
Okay, where are we going?
There's so many cute things. I almost feel like I need to move his head over a smidge, though, while looking at this stuff. Like, his head needs to be moved over a smidge. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna spin my own... Yeah, I've got my own Boba one now. I feel like, yeah, I just feel like he needs to be, like, just shifted over, like, a smidge. I am relining him. And I actually kind of had to recolor him too while I was relining him. So I relined him, recolored him. It's the same colors. It's not like different, but you should just make him with the T. But then people can't use their channel points on something cute.
Well, T thing's probably going to go away.
Oh. Maybe one day. Maybe my bits should just be tea drinks. Can they? Maybe that's what I should do. There's a lot of tea drinks for my bits. Throw me tea! Oh! Just got a great idea. When people throw me bits, they're throwing me tea! How many different weird versions of green tea could I make?
Where am I going?
You need to go back to Waymond.
Oh, in,
Hold on.
yeah, I'm in Ulda. I was actually doing some crafting, but hey, it makes it easier for me.
Make like one bit. Like just a little pile of green something. You're just giving me some matcha powder. And then like, you get like the $5 one is like, I don't know what. It's like a hot green tea. And then like $10 is like,
You know, I think we messed up.
latte, a green tea latte. And then, you know, like one of the higher ones is like the fancy frappuccino latte, you know. And then we have the boba version of the green tea frappuccino. Or iced green tea.
I think we messed up
What?
with starting the stream.
Why?
We should have been doing this when we started.
Oh shit! I know what I could do. Hold on.
Oh, are you gonna?
Everything. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. Because I recorded it already.
Oh, are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do?
Hold on. We're still waiting for Nick anyways, so it's fine. Oh my god, I love that that freaking makes noises when you do that.
It's fun.
It's just freaking adorable.
Oh, this stupid
Grab my
flower.
drink for the stream, and
I
then I'll
wish
be
that
ready.
girl would make a hug emote I can buy. I'll make you a hug emote, baby.
Yeah, actually, that might be cool to have a hug emote.
Yeah. I need to work on. I have so many piles of shit I'm working on that I just haven't finished. It's crazy. I was telling my friend earlier today that I have like just so much work that I'm mid working on. Hug emotes are adorable. I like that my ducky emote can be used for so much, which is kind of why I did like a wave without a high. Because I'm like, well, it can be a wave, it could be a hand five, it could be a dance, you know? It could be so many things. I love it the way it is, you know? It could be so many things. I'm trying to find videos. Hold on. Where is us doing it right? Is this it? Oh, yep, there, because I'm just dying
of this.
I'm just dying.
Do not
There you
hit
go.
disable enable target motion.
All right, can I
That
please?
will
I don't want.
definitely-
I don't need the sound, please. Shh. Shh.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, I don't. I didn't trim it though. That's a problem. I didn't trim it. So it might
What does
be
that mean?
really well. It might be weird when it like transfers from one to the other. 'Cause it isn't trimmed to be like set up right. What I was gonna do? I was gonna trim it. I completely forgot. It's fine. Hold on. We're gonna change the normal one, and we're gonna go for this one, and just be like, oh well, that it's not like perfect. I feel like I need to do a thing. Hold on. Greg here. Greg's here, but Nick isn't here yet. Right? Okay. Yeah, fine.
Yes.
Yeah, if I had my choice, there would be no high on mine. Yeah. I love hug. You have a lot of hug emotes. I guess it is definitely a lot of like hug your cat or hug like something you love. I would like to
Dance.
no transfer and just kind of. Oh no, I'm doing the whole thing. That's not what I want to do. I'm gonna have to like freaking edit this video when I post it live so that it's not just 10, 20, 30 minutes of us just goofing off for a bit. Oh, it's funny. Alright, edit. That's a cute one, but my sub dropped. Aw. What if I do...
Alright, I'm here.
Hold on, I'm just...
Nuh-uh. I'm here doing the Manderville. Where are you?
I'm teleporting.
No.
I gotta edit it a little bit. Better though.
Also, hard for me to find you guys if I'm not in the party.
Let's be honest, it's not because we're all in the same guild. So, and since where Waymond is, man, we're not in the same group anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Is it this one I want to change? Yeah. Okay.
I'll just do that. Make it easier on all of us.
The camera thing is cute. Yeah, I have to fix it to make it look right though. Ooh, I think that's there. Oh, it's fighting me. I hate when it does this. Fine, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna freaking. There. Ah. did it. Alright. There, I did it! That took a lot of work for that. That's very dumb. But I did it. Okay. Hello, everyone. We're here. We're gonna do some more Hildibrand.
What?
It definitely hasn't been going on for the last how long, and we've just been fluffing around.
I'm trying to
Totally
fix
hasn't.
things.
By the way,
What?
it's not showing my
Oh.
gloves, but
There you go.
Nice.
yeah, I put together a couple new transmogs while I was waiting for you guys.
I could probably do some transmogs, but meh, whatever. Alright, let me know when you're all ready.
Alright, I'm ready.
Well now, if it ain't my favorite venturer and my favorite Mithril Eye reporter, along with him, tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd like to help two of my best mates, I'm afraid you've found old Wayland at a loss. Ulda has more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our phantom thief could be after just about any of them. I can tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief's got his eye on, it's got the Sultan's the Sultan sworn in a right dither. Word has it they formed a regiment of the best and brightest safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. The Sultan sworn aren't like to.
Nope.
What?
It's Ellie. It's Ellie now.
Oh, sorry.
The
Oopsie.
Sultan sworn aren't to like the forthcoming with information, but that's the only lead we've got. Come on, Gwen. I'd say it's time we paid a visit to the heart of the sworn.
Oi, hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourself involved in this. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time, the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk in trying to play hero. Okay, that's you again.
No, yeah. Sorry, I was trying to fix you were a little loud, so I was trying to fix you a bit.
So I should yell. Got it.
No. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you that I am ready for whatever danger lies ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I had a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Gwen, time is of the essence.
Yeah, alright, goodbye.
I immediately tried to mount. I can't mount here.
Yeah, I did that too.
Like, nope, can't do it. What are you doing?
Let's ride.
So where do we need to go? To the Alchemist Guild.
Oh, that's easy.
Right, back this way. I did it again where I didn't look up the lady's voice before.
That's okay, I don't do that either.
Yeah, but you seem to remember the voices. I have troubles remembering which voices I give these people.
Alright. Where do we go from here?
Down here.
Yep, right here.
Oh, the thing right before my eyes. Alright, Humphrey. Halt! Only authorized personnel are allowed in. Thou bugger me with a broadsword. It's the Gentleman of Light's Adventuring Company and that chatty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye.
Well, well, if it isn't the self-styled Warrior of Light. Tell me, what tales did you spin of the Sultana sworn recruit to land yourself in this position?
Only 12's honest truth, miss. Seeing that gentleman of light standing tall and triumphant that day, it moved me to the depths of my soul. Like, I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm just like my hero master Hildibrand. The Sultan sworn are impressed with my commitment and my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me. You've come to assist Master Hildebrand in his investigation, haven't you? Cool. Why didn't you say so or sooner? It's the least I could do to help the mates who united me with my role model. He'll be wanting to speak with Phyllis? Okay.
Yeah.
She's the one of the sworn's best, and something of a history buff, it seems. When she heard the thief was targeting the four relics of Belladar, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, right?
Ha! Gonna touch everything.
Because we're actually not Hildibrand, so it's safe in our hands.
Yeah, and then Hildibrand shows up, little things.
Oh.
Pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie from the Mithril Eye. As you may have heard, we are researching the Phantom Thief case and would appreciate any information you may shed on the light of the recent events.
You want me to do a voice?
I can do the voice. There's not that many ladies in this, so I'm not really doing much. The pleasure is all mine, Miss Ellie. And if I am not mistaken, that would make your companion here one Guinevere, yes? Yep. Oh, you know Gwen? As any regular reader of the Mithril would, I must confess to be something of a unabashed fan of yours. Though it is hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, will also be welcoming a helping hand. Oh, right, give me 1 second, though, before you start. Oh, 1 second. Oh, shoot, I've now lost it. I was just trying to remember her voice real quick. Yeah. But I keep missing the part that I wanted. Okay, well, you can continue. You can continue.
Okie so it was like this, right? That was his voice? No, it's like I don't really remember any of the voices. I just kind of go with what they look like.
You were doing very Sherlock Holmesy, like strict,
sort of
British.
pompous with him.
Yeah.
The Sultan sworn, the elite of Uldar's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far.
Just feel like you're just really tired of all the situations. Inspector.
So,
I mean, dealing with Hildibrand, wouldn't you be as well?
Inspector Bryaden, always one step ahead of us.
Oh, Miss Ellie. Gwen, a moment if you would. Right there, very good. Now face me and don't move an elm.
Inspector, what is that in your...
Demasking dust. A formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguise. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counteragent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be.
Phone requires a minimum order. Yeah, it might be easier just to go for a light bulb. Brilliant, Inspector. The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even the entire resources of the Sultana Sworn at your disposal, we were only able to produce in limited supply. Ah, I see. I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target, a hidden treasure of Ulda? The last one of the 4 lost relics of Beladia. Oh, I fear not. I've pored through the histories time and again, but only mention of those 4 relics is as vague as references in the old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. When the darkness falls and hope fades to despair, for warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe that the 4 sacred artifacts, one each possessed by those 4 Beladonian heroes, but makes no mention of their appearance or nature.
3 times we have tried to identify the thieves' target, and 3 times has it foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play into the fiend's strengths.
All artifacts of the Beladonian origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and the regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages.
Hold on. Hey, the Black Guard will be in change before he can lay a dirty hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, milady. That's a constant voice that comes up.
That is a voice you like to use.
It's okay. Actually, that might have been the voice of the other guy. Oh well.
But there is even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you have heard the recent Rasham murders. Perpetrated? Oh,
Perpetrated. He's a
perpetrated by our quarry. The Sultana Sworn have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defense of the vault to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for your assistance you could offer.
Things are, I was literally about to say, things are a little bit too chill, and asking you shall receive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, I wonder who this is. A lady asks, and a gentleman answers.
I like how he has no problem remembering that voice.
That's my, I mean, I've been doing it for so long at this point. Cast all worry from your heart, my lady. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring wicked to justice. And this must be the demasking dust that is the talk of the palace. But you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be.
He did it anyway.
It's a little.
I gotta go measure a dishwasher. Yay, adult teen. Alright, go measure that dishwasher.
Oh, yay. A shame that.
Inspector Hildibrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all that I know about the recent murders. Oh, man. Okay. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far. The head of the publishing consortium, a head-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3.
Ho ho! This would prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel? Gutted with a great sword? Strangled with a subliger, mayhap?
I'm afraid that we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the death of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action, and quickly.
Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar turned butcher delivered to justice.
Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildibrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. I fear we cannot spare a single satchel, but I trust you will put it to good use.
I will use it on everyone.
Alright, one more sec. Alright.
Okay.
You say that, but I have to mute the stream, meaning no one can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No, you were muting.
Well, I'm trying to listen to the damn voice so I could try to remember, just in case.
Sorry. Come to accompany me on yet another case, friend. I like your gusto. But if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably. I can speak English. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all of his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly. Okay, sorry. I was misreading that. I shall name you thusly, Gwen, my ever loyal associate. And now, my ever loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 sins of Sasamo. If the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues that will not elude my gaze, friends, let us be off. Pray, alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever loyal assistant. We must put Miss Phyllis's demasking dust to good use. Whoosh! I can speak.
Oh my god, I always try to mount. You can't mount. Stop it.
Nope, that's not it. Why? I don't want
So
that
we need to
quest.
go out? Where do we need to go?
Yes, we need to head out.
Oh my goodness, map. Can you? So we need to go... What gate is that? Okay, western. Boop. Western, go to that gate.
Western Thanalan.
Yeah.
Whoa, Black Betty. Thanalan. Whoa, Black. Look so fine, Thanalan.
Oh, come on.
Flowers? Yes, it is all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly misled his wares. Uh, just what do you think you're doing, huh? Meh? Oh,
Oh, nope, that's the
Hold on.
voice.
okay. I mean, got curious. I'm the one who put those flowers there. In honor of the memory of my poor boy. You dare defile his memory? Eh? Eh? 1,000 pardons, my lady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. I swear to you on my own dear mother's name that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean... Leave this place! Run away while you still can! Run far, far away! Run or he'll turn you into a zombie just like my poor, poor boy. A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Not nonsense, my boy. History. Or have you not heard of the horrors of Silde? Iolda's sibling nation against which we waged war centuries ago. Much blood was shed by both sides, but I speak of a far greater horrors than death. An unholy draught brewed by a Sildian alchemist, one with the power to turn the living into the undead, that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers. The traitor's spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotting flesh and ran him through. But you won't hear that from the Sultan sworn. Thal alone knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could do so much as pay me last respects.
The traitor's spurn. I've heard stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here?
So,
Nick?
okay.
Nick, we can hear what's going on behind you.
I was needing to adjust something.
Okay. Sillidan? I'm sure of it. Only a Sildian would have known the recipe. But the last remnants of Silda died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. Sorry, I can't laugh in that voice. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does, but did it ever occur to you that he might be an honest-to-God phantom, huh? Eh? Heard tales from my own great-great-grandma, I did, about the 4 relics of Belladar, and the powers they hold, the power to exact justice. A specter of Silda has returned to wreak vengeance upon us. Woe, woe unto us all. Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if only you'd become a traitor like your father. If only you'd kept your nose out of those history books, and never so much breathed the cursed name of Silda. But you didn't. Now we're doomed. I don't know why she's laughing there.
Yeah, I don't understand why the laughing is happening, but okay.
She's clearly off her rocker.
Yeah. He's like, I'm thinking now.
Thinking pose activated.
I like how Nashu's equivalent is dozing off.
Yeah.
Bleeding horse sun's here somewhere. I can feel it in my follicles. Wait, is this? Oh, it is. The most potent hair tonic in the realm has seen. The realm has seen. That it was for all of a fortnight before my flowing locks fell all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand, just to twist the knife an extra ill. Mountebank, charlatan, I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. Just a random Lalafell just looking.
Random. Well, just chilling in the background.
Hildibrand is onto something, or at least he thinks he is. It is all becoming clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and dead for nigh on centuries since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of the spectre's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturgist Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Sildia might serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Briaden. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye.
I just love him being like, yes, please leave and just not come back for a while.
It's like, please, just research as much as you can. Clearly we need it. Definitely not trying to get rid of you.
All right.
There's a giant turtle stomps behind us. Okay. So it's a Thaumaturgy Guild.
Back inside.
I feel like we lost Nick.
Yeah, I think he might be trying to fiddle with stuff still. That's fine.
He'll
He'll catch up.
We're talking to this guy?
Yep.
Are you a boy or a girl?
I think that's a lady.
Yeah, I think that might be a lady.
Researching the ancient feud between Ulda and Silda, are you? Most impressive. Young people these days show no interest in learning from the past. Anyhow, I am pleased to say that I am more than passing familiarity with the ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still to the birth of its mother nation, Belladia. The fifth astral era was the age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts
burgeoned
and the great civilization that commanded such powers flourished. The age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred adversary.
Avarice.
Avarice? Okay.
Yeah.
And avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of Magi, words, which brought the great flood of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and prosecuted for having caused this catastrophe. Catastrophe.
Look at it.
With many forced, catastrophe. With many forced to leave their homeland or face death, it is a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalan, where they would found the nation of Belladai. First 8 centuries ago. Stop talking. Imagine a government of mages by mages for mages. What a wonder might have brought had Belladonian's civilization survived to this very day. Alas, this was not to be. Shut up.
And watch, the rest of these are going to be ladies too.
Oh, this is a dude. What else could speak it? Who else could speak it that's not me?
Okay, fine. You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls to research Silda. As a fellow student of history, though, I more than welcome the conversation. Oh, I'm probably going to be saying a lot.
I got the music turned like crazy for.
I know. The music is very like dun 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 dun. Dun. Belladon civilization flourished in relative peace until the twin sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. With neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Ulda and Silda. But not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry.
Okay.
Okay, here's another one.
I'm gonna say it's a dude just because I don't want to talk anymore.
I don't know. Those features. Kidding. Greetings, traveler. Would you learn of the war between Ulda and the fallen Sultanate of Sildi? It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. The two city nations coexisted for several generations until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in an outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ulda emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. As histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ulda's superior numbers, Sildahan alchemists devised a most horrific stratagem, employing a frightful formula known as the Traitor's Spurn. They brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion on those of living who were too weak or wounded to fight, sending shivers up the spine just thinking about it, no? It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors.
Okay, where's the last person?
Yeah. Where could they be? This person that I did not see. Oh, they're in the back here. Right here. Anyway. Gwen! Don't surprise me like that. What is it? What's this? You're here not for your studies, but to learn of the bad blood between Ulda and Sildi? 2 scales, one of gold and one of silver. The gold of Ulda weighing prosperity and power, and silver of Sildia weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the 2 nations differed greatly, yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Ulda, prosperity, was that of justice and good, while the power wrought by Sildian, knowledge, was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear, but riddle me this, my friend, who witnessed the histories, and what does it say? What does this say of the worlds writ within? The words writ within, sorry. Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that in the war against Sildi, Uldian and Amalja warriors fought side by side? Likely you do not, and neither did I until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. And yet in the histories read by the populace you will see no mention of this fascinating fact. Might it be someone at some time deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I have said enough already.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I guess back here.
Oh, Hildibrand.
Hildy, what you got? My ever-loyal associate, tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? Indeed. As it happens, I have learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. The War of Succession divides the great civilization of Belada, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ulda and Sildi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that one right, but whatever. I don't care anymore. That's what it is. The 2 nations coexist for some generations until ill blood boils over, culminating in an outright war. Daunted by Ulda's superior military might, Sildi employs their advanced chemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into a fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of Doom Sildi, who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. Sorry. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully into the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildian statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. But he would be dead at this point? A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig this statesman out of his grave yourself. Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Sildi. His garish garb is no doubt meant to invoke the silver scale of the fallen sultanate. This Sildian connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Belladon relics our thief clearly possesses. Sorry, Discord is acting weird.
It's okay.
But what of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary?
A few townsfolk in town spoke of a man cited calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said that he had the most frightening air about him.
Wait. Yes, it's coming to me. Of course. My keen investigator's senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something. You really should stop thinking so hard. You're like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him?
My sources identified the man as, Guguria?
Guguria? Yeah, I guess.
A traveling merchant known to frequent Horizons. Shall we pay him a visit?
I'm actually surprised Hildibrand did not run off before she said the name.
I know, right? He actually stayed to listen to the name for once? What world is this?
Whoosh! Okay, so Horizon is over there, and Nick's already teleporting. No!
Nice.
Nick, wait!
Whee!
It's alright, you'll be dragged along by my slipstream.
Oh, right here. Hello.
Who's this? It's a dude, okay. Yes? If you got business with me, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by.
Forgive me, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter for the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all seen, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with a few questions.
Was it for love or money that you killed them? Yes, you, the thief of many faces. Me, a thief? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got time for or the patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits. A refined voice. I think that might be the one lady, but...
I thought I recognized that voice. Yep.
Lady Durilda. Oh. Lady Durilda. Well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to these environs this fair morning?
Why, I live here, you ham-headed, half-witted Inspector Briarden. This is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we discussed business after. Pray lender the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistant he requires.
I like that. The handsome one. But Lady Durilda, what about...
Ah, yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prizest pieces of Ashtamian's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Ulda myself? I'll say it just once more, Guria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, helped me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than a mere trinket. The love of her daughter.
I like how Hildibrand's like, bye!
Yeah.
Waving like an idiot. All right. I'll tell you what I know. But you didn't hear it from me, got it? I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. Thief got himself some of that zombie dust, the traitor's spurn, was it? And his card speaks of 5 victims. It got me to thinking. Still, the 5 victims, aye. The Arbiters of Truth. The Arbiters of Truth. I'm not familiar with that name. If you would be, on account of them being something of a secret society and all, influential personages of the Sultanate. You see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ulda Sildi conflict from reaching the ears of folk like you and me. False knowledge? Pray tell, just what sort of knowledge might that be? Thal's balls. Don't make me say no more. I've got a family to feed. Very well, just tell us one last thing. Who hired you, and where can we find them? Hob. His name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me that he was gonna set sail for Limsa with his 5 best swords to guard his back. He said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked and waiting for him at Vesper Bay, but remember, you didn't hear none of this from me. This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless he also knows the identity of the remaining one. I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secretive they don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how that all works, but Hob's got high-ranking friends in the Brass Blades. Once he heard the victims had all been all zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew what he'd be next. Thank you very much, kind sir. Once again, the ancient Manderville art of parley has produced us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow and see what he can share with us. And let us hurry. The man's life is in danger as we speak. Okay, we'll just all stand around and...
We're in a hurry to just stand here.
Just stand here and think about it for a bit.
Okay, so...
Where do we go?
Towards Vesper Bay.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Sorry, I was a little too high to immediately take through the cutscene.
Master Hob, is everything all right?
No, Ellie, stand back! I hunger for your brains. Muck, muck, muck! Damn it! There's no saving the man. Gwen, do what you must. I love my frickin' staff.
Oh.
Oh, well, that was easy.
Okay.
Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tells me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of the undead. 'Twould seem we were a few moments late to the scene.
A message. Then there was one.
Oh no, a shadowy figure with no textures.
How do you figure with no clothes on?
Also that too. There it is again.
Is something the matter, Inspector?
Indeed, Nashu, there is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the Phantom Thief, I had this fleeting sense, a sense that someone or something is watching us.
The thief might be close at hand. We should be careful.
For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis. Secret society or no, knowing the identities of its members may yet lead us to the final victim.
I, too, had best return to the Mithrai. Let us meet up again after. I'll see what clues I can uncover in the meantime.
You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. The streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone.
Inspector, I'll go with her.
If you insist, Nashu, then I give you my leave. Then I give my leave. Sorry, but pray be wary, not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She has quite the temper, as we both know. I'd be more worried about Nashu blowing everybody up.
Yeah.
Miss Ellie, there is something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe and promise me that you will not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiend took aim at my own life.
Still love how he believes it was the thief that did that.
Oh boy.
Your life? Inspector. Oh, at Castle del Sol. Yes, that was quite ordeal, wasn't it?
They're all looking in different directions.
Yeah. I just love how all three of us just looked away.
Yeah, like, oh.
Just like whistling. Doo, 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 doo.
I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly await the day that I may hear what it is you would like to share with me.
A secret vow? Oh, consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now, let us be off. Miss Phyllis awaits our report. Yes, the thief totally attempted to kill you. Actually, where are we going?
Yeah.
Oh, back to Ulda.
Okay, cool. I'm just here for the ride. Sounds good.
It's like every time we like mount up, ready to go, and Nick's like, "Okay, I know where we're going." Like, shit.
He's done it before, so he actually knows where he's going.
So the Alchemist Guild.
Yep, that's the one.
Sorry.
A fourth victim. They'll have mercy. Were you not able to glean aught of a connection to the other victims? The arbiter of truth? No, it can't be. Oh, somebody help!
I don't know how to yell her with her voice.
Ellie.
Miss Ellie? That voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry.
Yeah, he's already gone.
Miss Ellie, are you hurt?
That man. Only thought to ask him a few questions. Before I knew what was happening, he was upon me. I could only...
Bash his brains in with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashu not with you?
She was a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her.
She saw a figure?
Oh, she saw a figure, sorry.
It's okay.
This man wears the armor of a Sultana Sworn's squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss.
Uh-oh.
The thief of many faces? To think we would find our man like this.
Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic. Sorry, what is that
Puissance?
word?
Puissance? Puissance?
Persistence?
Puissance?
I don't even know.
Pugilistic puissance? I don't know.
Puissance? I don't. Look, they need to stop with the frickin' thesaurus, okay? Just gotta put that book down. I declare that this case is closed.
A competitive test of a horse's ability to jump over large obstacles when show jumping.
Okay, there has to be a second.
So it's like a
definition,
great
but then-
power, influence, or prowess. It's like the ability to be strong.
Okay, well,
So he was basically saying, in more common terms, her fighting strength, basically.
Puissance.
yeah.
Puissance.
Puissance. I can't even say what he's
Puissance.
saying.
Yeah, her pugilistic puissance, because a
Yeah.
pugilist is like a fist fighter.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I will return this satchel to you, Miss Phyllis. Whilst the gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to my cracking of the case. Uh-oh. And how is this going to help?
It's gonna hit him again and it's gonna change.
While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value that you'd like to wantonly destroy?
Ugh.
Dun?
It changed again!
What? What is the meaning of this? Oh, I'm sorry, that's you. Sorry.
Oh crap,
What's the meaning of this?
Ingenious. A double disguise planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt.
This is
Yuji?
Gayu?
Guigu?
Guigu?
Guigu, one of my most capable men. I assigned him here to guard the vault and outfitted him with the ample supply of demasking dusk. It is inconceivable that the thief would so easily elude his grasp.
But why was he double masked? Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? No, that's impossible. Of course, it all makes perfect sense. The Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning relationship and rise through the ranks of the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of a story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to... My lady, the vault has been breached. The wise man's whisper, it's gone.
For her foul crimes against the Sultana, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she's in custody.
Why have none of them just thought that maybe the dude made himself look like Ellie because he's been able to make himself look like everybody?
And now the game is truly afoot.
Where do they immediately just assume that that must have been, like, they didn't put...
Wait, what the heck? It's just...
He just literally pokes his head in out of nowhere, like, I'm here.
It was like, what the hell?
All right, Greg. What's up?
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You meant Greg, not
Yeah.
Greg. Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I
Greg,
meant
live up
Greg,
to
not
your name.
Greg.
Live up to your name, Greg.
Yeah, Greg.
Ah, what is the meaning of all this racket and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return, isn't that so, Enkidu? Chicken. Can I get that chicken? That'd be nice. Oh no, not you.
Miss Ellie! Miss Ellie! Ah, the shadow you said you saw. I think it was just a dormouse.
She just got hit by herself.
Oh no, Nashu's fighting Nashu.
Ah, to think he literally stumbled face first into the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But not to worry, yes. I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve.
Again, they had this whole thing about making sure to check each other with the dust and everything. And then they immediately don't suspect that maybe something isn't what it seems. That, oh, it has to be Ellie.
Not even the shockingest turn of events will deter the famed agent of inquiry. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this foul plan. Sorry. Oh, Miss Phyllis, I thought you had already departed in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct this search together?
I fear that would only put them at a greater risk. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiter of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is no other than...
Hildibrand Mander?
me. Mind you, it is not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultana. One day I received an anonymous letter stating that my position in the committee had opened and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer of the Sultana Sworn, I was deemed to be the particularly unique position to serve as the arbitrator. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think my unknown comrades were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm, until such time as the killer is apprehended.
Here's what I want to know about this. Because if the members don't know each other, but they were all recruited, someone has to know them.
Yeah, someone would have to know all of them.
Probably the far higher ups, probably the Syndicate and the Sultana would be my guess.
Well, I feel like the Sultana wouldn't even be a part of. Like, it sounds like it's just this group of 5 members, but I don't know. It's just confusing as to who's the... Like, someone has to know who all these people are. Anyway. Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and a gentleman. That is exactly, and as a gentleman, that is exactly as I shall do.
Hildibrand, did you kind of forget about Nashu there?
Yeah.
My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant?
Inspector, over here!
Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw someone in the shadows, so I went off to look. Now, there wasn't anything but a dormouse. But it was a really cute dormouse, you see. And it kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just...
Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector senses speak to me. Someone is watching us, Gwen. Let us split up and canvass our surroundings. It's like, does he already suspect that that's not Nashu?
Yeah. That he immediately was like, let's you and I leave without her.
Oh, a water-stained letter. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor.
Be wary and be warned.
Damn.
Dun,
All
dun,
right.
dun.
Oh, there's another letter.
Why are these water-stained?
Trust no one and your friends all the less.
This will avail you well. Use it wisely.
What's the
You obtain a
demasking
satchel. Okay, yeah. The next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you. Oh no. Oh! If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Gwen. I was in the area on a matter of business, which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you. It's like, I like he's still wearing the shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, so you pursue the thief of many faces, as your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap your watcher in the shadows is a friend, or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for the utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone. Myself included, of course. No mere mask could replace the physique of this Manderville man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist you in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildibrand, his dear mother would not be pleased. Alright, where do we gotta
Okay.
go? Back up?
Yeah, back.
I love that. You feel a intimidating presence behind you. Which is all the more funnier for me because I was larger than him. Let's see. If the sender speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet we have but a single satch of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the imposter beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Gwen. Let's say you have a few words with each of them and see if aught is amiss. Okay, don't metagame. Don't metagame. So who are we talking to first?
I'm talking to this lady.
Inspector Braddenby told me all about it. Who would have thought that Miss Ellie was the phantom thief all along? She sure fooled me.
Okay.
Okay, so Briarden.
Yeah.
Miss Ellie's the phantom thief. It is the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us. And Phyllis.
Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things.
Okay.
Someone's squeaking a horn. I'm sorry if you're going to wind up hearing that. Nothing particular odd about any of them, you say? It stands to reason the fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse. I don't know who I don't know if
Curses! This one is not half the fool his son is. I must elude him quickly. Time is of the essence.
I questioned the Sultan sworn outside. To a man, they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? Father, what brings you here? Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now, if you would kindly stand still and shut up. The fiend already stands among us. Inspector Briarden, I should hope you are not doubting me. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat.
It's just dying in the background. We'll find him.
While I'm quite convinced that every master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of Oh no,
Idiocy?
and now I'm burping.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
You're just
particular
slowly
brand of
dying.
idiocy. Yep. The fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Gwen here found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another satchel or two lying about, would there?
What remains of her supply has already been distributed to the search parties, but worry not. They should report back within the bell's time. Aha! They might be against me, but just you watch. I will go my way out of this and turn you into the wrecking, drooling corpses you deserve to be.
I fear that is more time than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has had only passing the interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from...
Uh-oh. Something breaking? Oh, the internet's breaking.
That leaves myself,
Greg.
Nashu, and Gwen here. Oh, yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah, everything's breaking. Okay, so safely limit him from consideration. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Everything's back.
You sure?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the stream to
Oh,
load.
stream gone? Stream should just be here.
It's still trying to load for me.
Weird. Maybe you just need to reload it because it seems to be okay for me.
Yeah, I'll try reloading.
Yeah, it's okay for me.
Okay, well, there we go. Anyway, that leaves myself, Nashu, and Gwen here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything. Of all the times this overstuffed buffoon start talking sense. If he asks me anything too obscure, my cover is good as blown.
My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times it is as if we share a mind. If this Nashu was truly my ever loyal assistant, she would have no trouble completing my thoughts. I am a Mandeville. I am Amanda, Mandeville.
Man!
This is so funny. Is that it?
Oh.
Doing what only a Mandeville.
Man!
From the peaks of Korthos to Thanalan. Mandeville. Mandeville.
Man! Oh, you're the best, Inspector!
A perfect score. You may rest easy, my dear friends. This
God,
is
he's an idiot.
unmistakably, yeah. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu.
I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you.
Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you've picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours.
Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty cretin old... Genius, Inspector?
She would never talk back. The charade is up, Miss Ellie.
Oh, I don't like the creepy eyeballs.
Just like slowly looking to the side. Oh.
Oh, who's that?
Miss Ellie, you look somehow different.
Not Miss Ellie yet. Okay, it was a lady. It was a lady. Alright. Korean woman. Who is this unfamiliar woman and what secrets does she hold?
What evil does she have?
7 hells. Done in by the muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers.
Just who are you? The resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet...
Consulting Inspector Riordan. Once again you have failed to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my immensely capable partner in crime. 1,000 faces I may wear, but one name do I bear. You can call me Cece. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite all right? Why, you look like you've seen a ghost. Despite my mockery, I assure you Ellie and I are no spectators. What we are...
Specters.
Oh, specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sildren
Aristocracy?
aristocracy.
Aristocracy.
Okay, so they're scions.
Aristocracy. I think aristocracy is the word you're looking for there.
Hey, okay.
Whatever.
Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find 2 sisters behind the mask? Try using your brain once in a while. Every time you encounter the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, those priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair, raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. We owe that to you, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we would never have risen to these heights of celebrity.
Miss Cece, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes?
Justice! 400 years ago, olden dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate.
Wait, the histories say that it was Sildi that turned their own people into zombies.
The histories lie, and you work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbitrator. It was Ulda that ordered the creation of the dreadful power and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of our glorious sultanate is built on a lie.
What is this madness you speak of, woman?
Not madness, truth. The power of my possession was stolen from the Uldan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it is his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth of the histories don't tell, the truth that the doe-eyed Sultana sworn would have killed to keep buried deep in the sands of Thanalan. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes, before long you, and everyone in this rotten nation, will know firsthand the horrors of my ancestors knew.
And just what do you mean by that?
Oh, how you idiots lap up the stories. The masked crusader for justice, the dashing rebel waging battle against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. But they will soon enough, when they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before a proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of final survivors stole the vast quantity of the powder from Ulda's vaults, hiding away in the secret vault sealed with powerful magic. The sole means by which the vault may be opened by assembling 4 secret relics from Baladia. 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Shildi, before the Ulda dog stole them and claimed them as their own. And so it dawned upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think, one day you'll be able to tell your grandkids you were there when the zombie powder rained down on Ulda. No, wait, you'll be dead.
Preposterous.
So yeah, the final plot twist. It was Miss Ellie and her sister all along.
No. But I was shipping those. Dang it!
But first, you, my dear. You will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all of your rotten lies.
I think not, Miss Cece. Oh no, he's gray. Hildibrand.
You idiot. Just for once, could you not get in the way?
Okay.
Oh shit, it's
This-
the mom the
this
whole time!
This is a her, so this is Rachel.
Yep, I
Okay.
could tell, yeah, immediately. God Bilbert Manderville, I cannot even trust your sorry ass to look after him for one day.
Oh.
Meet me, dearest.
I knew it. The presence watching over us from the shadows. It was you, my dear wife.
Why is she so
She
young
seems
looking?
a lot. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems young looking.
You know it's scary when even he's scared.
Frying pan and held.
Wow, what a shot.
Fun fact, I don't know if you remember, but she's one of the ones that Ultros was perving on while we were doing his part of the quest.
Oh my god, that was
Oh.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
she was
like,
the
she's
blonde in the
holding a
back.
frying pan.
Yeah.
Am I to understand you are Hildibrand's mother? What the? Aye, this is more like it, hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Gwen. The time of our final confrontation is nigh.
Oh.
Golf swing into the wall.
Julian takes no shit from nobody.
Do you have pop toes for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved's boy had been turned into a stinking corpse, if you hadn't bloody noticed. You, Gwen or something, was it?
The facial expressions we're making.
Yeah. Oh, Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. How pleased to meet you. Oh, my dear boy's always had been a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I can come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my own sorry-arsed husband here. And look what it got me. You'll help me out, won't ye?
We're too scared to say no.
Like, even when the Warrior of Light just nods quickly in terror, you know something's fearsome.
I love the facial expressions. The Hrothgar? I can't remember the names. The cat guy.
Yeah, Hrothgar.
Just it was perfect.
I love how the three of them are still just laid out.
Yeah. Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages. And just look at him. He's green.
Kind of more gray, but
Yeah, fortunately there is still time to reverse the zombie curse. And I know I just the remedy. A phial of holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatter of oversold rags and a phial of twice distilled water. Site to got, whatever that name is, at the market stocks the former, and the latter can be produced from the trader by the name of Odgest. Now hurry! Once the poison spreads through his veins, no antidote will save him.
in the meantime, I will search for the Bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Noshu is still alive.
He just wants to get the fuck away from all of this.
Ouch! That's smart. Ye gads, Hildy, you're looking none too hearty yourself.
No thanks to you, you blumbling oaf. Now, are you going to accompany Gwyn here or make yourself useful? Or do I have to reintroduce you to the wall?
But of course, milady. Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Synthagoth's sundries, was it? Come, Gwen, there's work to be done.
Chicken's like, I'm out of here!
Can we get the chicken?
She
I
was
want the chicken.
looking at Enkidu like, I will fry you, motherfucker.
Alright, so we need to go.
So pretty much
To
we'll go
the
to the
South
thing.
Avenue Exchange.
Oh, okay.
Sapphire Avenue.
These two again.
Actually, just this guy.
Oh, okay.
Oversold rags, you say? I fear I've only a single tatter left in stock, and it's already been spoken for. But my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly my own as well, hangs in the balance. I sympathize with your plight, friend, but man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. And you expect us to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice? Well, look what we have here. I don't know. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, look what we have here. If it isn't the Warrior of Light from the Colosseum, funny who you meet at the markets. Is it the lady? Oh, it is the lady.
Oh!
Probably could have guessed from the market or from the Colosseum
Yeah.
comment. All right, your best Xena warrior princess, go.
I don't even remember what her voice was. As it happens, I just returned from my training, and slaying the 10 chimeras just happened to be the task for the day. If chimera membranes is what you seek, you're more than welcome to a share.
My lady, you are far too kind.
Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for the Inspector Hildibrand and Gwen here, I'd be tag teaming that slimy beast and cheating my way to fame and fortune. And I'm a woman who pays her debts. It's like everyone's gonna come back and help us along the way.
Thou take me if that wasn't Avilia, the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call her one of my myself one of her biggest fans. Well, I have half a mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her.
He's like, holy moly, you know her?
A kind sentiment, my good man, but we are more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Gwen? And with this, our task here is done. Now, let us find the traitor named Guest. I feel like if we just said, this is for, oh god, what's her name? Judy?
Where do we...
Julian? Like, he'd
The
probably be
Chamber
like...
of Rule.
Honestly, I think invoking Godbert's name would be more fearsome since he's a member of the highly feared syndicate.
What are we...
Wait.
Yeah. Chamber of Rule. The Chamber. Whatever you want to call
Chamber of Rule?
it. Yeah.
The blundering Manderville boy is on his last legs, and you need something of mine to save him, you say? Hmm. Perhaps you can give me a good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandervilles are richer than the traders themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be a happier and wealthier man. And now I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. Have you not a shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man is on death's door. Um,
May I have this stamp? I don't remember who this is.
um, after the events of that day, my father will not so easily forgive and forget. But it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the seven seas. I beg of you, my lady, may I have this dance?
Oh,
uh,
Oh God.
he's
The
fallen for her.
fucking the jewel or whatever she was called.
Yeah, the jewel of whatever. Yeah.
Oh, Gwen, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? Heavens, the poor inspector.
well, if it isn't the Lapis Maiden in the flesh.
That's the one, the Lapis Maiden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What say you bid farewell to these brimming fops and scurry adventurers and share a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your great beauty?
Why, it would be a pleasure and an honor both, my lord.
Yes.
Provided that you first provide my good friend Gwen with a bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks.
It's like if you want to dance, you gotta give up the goods.
Yeah, it's like, do you really want to turn a dance down with her of all?
You know this. You know this woman. If that is the price you would set, then so be it. Take it. It's barely worth its weight in gil. Anyway. Now, shall we, Miss Arabella? She's like, I'll put up with this guy for a little bit if it helps you.
Yeah.
I knew Hildy to be a worthy rival, but to think he was this beloved by so many. Clearly, this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Gwen, let us deliver these goods while there's still time to save.
I just love the flip flopping of Gilgamesh. It's like he's our friend, and then we're at each other's throats. Now we're working together again.
Yeah.
He sees you as a rival. He doesn't hate you. He likes you. But he it's like he wants to put his might against yours.
He changes which side he's on more than the Big Show does.
I love that when he shows up that, you know, it starts going into like the battle music and the whole and then it just abruptly ends.
Yeah.
I trust the two of you wouldn't dare to come back empty-handed.
Oh, we have
Take it and don't kill us.
How bloody brilliant. Hey, I'd just take you over my muscle-headed, half-witted of a husband any day.
Oh my.
Now stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. Thou, you bloody buggard, guide my skillet.
Oh, we don't get to see the cooking?
Aye, that should stop its spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son, after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left him in.
She's just so skilled and talented at her cooking that it doesn't befit our mortal eyes to witness
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it would just our eyeballs would just gone.
Look who I found. She was slumbering obviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane.
Oh boy, did that nap feel good?
Yes, I'm sure it did. Gwen, word has it that Ellie has been sighted at the Sildian ruins. We must go there with all haste.
You've done well, my dear boy, today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for you, and I think a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the seven hells are you standing around for? The future of Ulda is at stake.
Gwen, my strength is yours as well, for Hulda, and for our friend Hildy.
You remind me of my husband. What with you having the muscles, more muscles than sense. If you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the market and bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is the key to fighting off the zombification. Let's see. I believe 20 crates or so would suffice.
I am a warrior, and... yes, milady. Just like he's about to talk back, and then, you know what? Maybe it's best I don't. I say, Kindu, the burden we must bear simply to secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Gwen. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Gwen and Hildy both. Oh, to be blessed with such veritable legions of friends, tried and true, sorry. But alas, not I. Not only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels, but you will never be Kindu, and my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me? Even Gwen could not stand against our combined might.
Oh shit, I remember where this is going.
Oh no. Oh, Kindu, where you may wander, hear my words, and return here to my side. And Kindu, do you hear me? And Kindu!
Do you remember the process from the story of A Realm Reborn on how to summon primals?
Oh.
Oh.
Guess what he's doing next to a huge stack of fucking crystals?
Oh, God. Ye gods! What was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me. And what? The crystals? Where have they gone? I
You
kind of forgot.
Turned to cat. Oh.
Well, he said Enkidu was a C, so I would give it to Rachel.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Fancy meeting you here, old friend.
That voice. Could it be? My faithful companion? Why must you always make me wait so?
You're not gonna get to see?
Yeah. I like how the quest reward is a glamour dispeller.
Yeah, the quest where we dispelled the glamour of the thief.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But yeah, the moron up and went and summoned himself a primal version of Enkidu.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, we're gonna
Oh
have
my
the
God.
most gentlemanly smile.
Are we gonna hear? It's like, are we gonna have like it can, like the real it can do and the primal it can do like fight each other? That's gonna be fun to watch.
What are
Anyway.
you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There is a moon-sick maid digging around in Silda's evacuation site with her
Excavation.
mind set on turning Ulda into the land of the walking dead. Your concern on Hildy is most touching, but do yet worry. Mummy dearest isn't going to let her beloved son kick the bucket that easy.
Okay.
Alright, so let's go here.
Cool. Oh.
Like we all did it at once, okay. Fine.
Should have stuck to it. It would have been cooler.
What we need is a multi-mount.
Sadly, the only multi-mount that I've got is only a 2-seater.
Have we managed to track down Miss Ellie just up ahead? Where your friends watch over her as we speak. Yet, no matter how many times we try to reach out for her, she refuses to so much as answer. Needless to say, we considered physically incapacitating her, but that crate she sits on isn't just a makeshift chair. It's filled to the brim with a traitor's spurn. One misstep and our consequences could be dire indeed. Your only hope, Gwen. Even her single-minded rage, surely the time we spent together must have counted for something. You need not put yourself into undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Gwen. Surely, if anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it's you.
Okay, so you have to say Ellie.
Okay. Oh, I have to use capitalization. Damn it.
Gwen, I suggest you leave this place while you can. I bear you no grudge, but should you as so much as think of interfering, I'll not hesitate to turn you into a zombie, too.
So, it was you, after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister, Cece, is already in custody. Surrender now, and I will see that no harm befalls you.
Her.
Oh, her.
How little you understand us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Cece and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world, and the only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down or suffer the same fate as the older dogs you would defend.
Ellie, stop. This is madness.
I'm sorry, Inspector.
Oh. There's too many of them. All the days work. Oh, damn it. All the
No,
days
it's
work of
hammer
a
time.
mandrill.
He said it was hammer time.
Okay, oh, jeez. Wait, where's his...
You only delay the inevitable. I have the entire legion of the undead at my beck and call. Face it. It's only the Inspector Hildibrand's ridiculous good fortune that he even made it this far. And he is as good as 6 fumes under.
Be forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildy, and you do so at your own peril.
I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of the traitor's spurn. I fear the good inspector's luck has finally run out.
Thou's balls. Is there no end to them? I'm not liking our chances, Greg, was it? It's like, yeah.
He's just like,
okay.
yeah, that's my name.
It is a shame to lose you, Gwen. Warrior of light that you are, you might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions!
Gentle zombies.
When the darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend into the righteous glare. Bugger me with a broadsword. Are my eyes to be believed? That pose. No, there are not but 4. There are not 4 warriors of light. I see. There are 4 gentlemen of light.
Oh, the blinking.
Yeah. Hildibrand and his zombie pals.
Yep.
Just so, my good man. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me? This is the... Aye, and we meet again, girl. Tell me you've got my snurble tonic, or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head.
Jesus.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Alazar. Core, you're looking absolutely, resplendent today.
Resplendent?
Impossible. The holy water couldn't have cured him.
The seething zombie. It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder.
'Cause it's Hildibrand. Of fucking course he did.
When we heard that Master Zombie Brad was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action. An immunity to... Just going to pretend that makes any kind of sense.
In the background.
I love how even Briarden at this point is finally just giving up with it all. Even the madness is too much for him at this point.
He's just like, yeah, sure, whatever.
The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself.
It's over. It's all over. Inspector Briarden, you said there was something you would tell me when it was all through. I imagine you have no words for me now.
Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that you had lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I found something, someone with whom I intended never to part. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your cell free, from your gal cell, a free woman, I'll be there. What say you?
I'm assuming she's like, okay. Background.
Miss Ellie, while the chimes perpetuated by you and your sister, I'm sorry, the crimes, not chimes, what the heck? While the crimes perpetuated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only one that's guilty. On behalf of the syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspirations cast on your ancestors. You said that the nation of Ulda was built on lies. Seeing what I have seen today, I cannot deny your words. It will not be easy. It will not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore history. But know this: I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore. So he was also part of the syndicate.
Yeah, they announced that early on. I think during the Avila, no, not Avila, Darilda part of the quest.
Yeah.
I thought that was the guild, the crafting syndicate guild. Oh, Greg's happy. Are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me? If you're quite done playing cloak and dagger, I require Gwen's presence for a matter of far greater importance. The time of our too long delayed confrontation is nigh.
I'm just like, really?
Yeah. Why the long face, friend? But mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune. Could it be? The treaty blade? And the true one at that? None other. And I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in single combat. But I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time.
Is that my cue, old friend?
Well, hello. Weird bird creature lady.
Thou be merciful. What is that abomination? A new breed of void scent?
Abomination? Thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. But 'twas the most curious thing. There I was, hauling a crate of crystals for Hildy's mother, and thinking how much better things would be if my dear friend in Kindu were here. Then came a flash from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, here she was. By the gods, it makes perfect Sorry, I'm looking at the zombies in the background.
Yeah.
The looks on their face like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
By the gods, it makes perfect sense. Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, summoning forth his friend, nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal in Kindu.
And Hildibrand actually guesses something correct.
Yeah.
And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic.
He's like, I give up.
Gwen.
I just love how basically Briardian is just the everyman just thrown in the middle of all this madness.
He's
Yeah.
just like, okay, I'm done. I've mentally checked out. Bye.
Oops, I hit the button.
Oh no. Okay, hurry fast. Gwen, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the... Oh my... Okay, hold on. But facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task, and yet I trust you will not shirk from your challenge, from the challenge. Kindu and I shall await you at the Ampidor Keep. Don't click again. Don't click again. 'Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for our climactic confrontation? If you would claim the treaty blade, then claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies it can do. To the skies!
At least that makes sense this time.
2 against 1. That's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg. Come, Gwen, to Ampidor. Damafor, poor.
Emdapor.
This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once.
We're
I'd be
kind of
like-
yeah, we're already here. We are one of the Scions.
Oh, but of course. I had nearly forgotten you were the warrior of light in the very mist. Please, Gwen. You are the only hope to slay the primal and reclaim the blade.
Yeah, we kind of forget that we're here, too.
Yeah. She was like, I'm sorry, I was just in my own brain there for a second, I forgot.
Other than the like rare times where we actually have to like fight in these trials, it's like we're not really here. We're just bystanders at this point.
Alright, where is it? There it is. Let's go to Quarry Mill, guys.
Woo. Oh, so is that the same thing you wanted me to make? Did you just end up buying it?
No, this is the dungeon version. It can't be dyed
Okay.
unlike the craftable version. I figured I'd just farm this as a sort of holdover till you got yours done.
Yeah. Oops. Wrong button.
Cause I don't know if you know this, but you can go into dungeons in undersized parties and still farm for loot. So if you ever come across a piece of gear that you want from a dungeon, that's always an option.
Okay.
Well, Hildibrand made it.
You know, as always. Okay, I'm ready.
Is that you, Gwen? Pray forgive me. I was right on Greg's trail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention. I will be concluding my investigation forthwith, but in the meantime, might I trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we will reclaim the treaty blade from that knave, Gwen. Yes. Just go on ahead. I'll be along directly.
All right.
Yay.
Versus Gilgamesh, round 2.
Okay, Greg, you're gonna have to cue us.
Yep. Where is it?
Battle of the Big Keep. Battle in the Big Keep.
Where is this? Dungeons, raids.
Oh, just click on the entrance. It will pop up the thing.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't that pull up the one for Emdapur Keep, though?
It does both.
Oh, okay, so it does.
Yeah, last time it did all versions that could be done. And I just had to pick which one.
Are we ready?
I'm ready. Oh, what
We are.
one landed and it was very loud and scary.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat?
I'm getting sleepy. That's what I am.
You need coffee. Or something of the like. Ice cream?
Ooh,
Sugar.
ice cream. I've been wanting ice cream. I've been wanting some good ice cream. Can I have ice cream after this?
I guess. How long is this gonna take? About 5 minutes? Oh man.
I hope not, considering we've got both a tank and healer in queue.
Well, we need a second healer and a second tank.
I tried to show it off earlier, but this is the new glamour I came up with for my dancer.
Nice.
Oh, there we go. At long last, we meet again on the battlefield. I dare say, shall engage? What? You, however,
Someone
might not
started
find this
this.
one.
Oh, I guess we're just gonna be locked out then. Okay.
Huh? No?
Or someone was hoping to?
I have no idea.
Someone
I missed what was being said.
was hoping to start it, I guess, immediately.
Look, damn it, we want to listen to Greg.
Is
Ow,
this
it
like
hurts, it
old
hurts.
school Final Fantasy music going on right now? Why does it sound very familiar? This music.
Are we supposed to run to each other or away?
Away. Normally it's away. Unless it's not.
It's not
Maybe
working?
it's just share health or something? I don't know.
Oh, you gotta touch each other.
Oh. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
I'm a chicken.
Do 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 do. This has to be an old song.
Yeah, this is just a straight rip from Final Fantasy V's version of the theme.
Okay. I'm
I
like,
would like
this
to
song
heal.
is too familiar for my earballs. As someone who doesn't know much about these games. Uh-oh. What's happening? Owie.
Oh,
I
I
don't
just
remember how to
died.
get untransformed.
I'm sorry. I think I just blew you up. I'm sorry.
It's too late.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
peck at me.
I'm
What
hungry.
are you doing to my body?
I'm hungry!
Quick!
Okay.
Someone pick my butt up.
I killed you. I might as well try to res you. Oh, yeah. Your faithful friend is gone. So fragile. Ah.
Me? Run away? Ha! I was but seeking out a more suitable location. But enough of expedition. Now we fight like men and ladies who dress like men.
Ladies who dress like men.
For Gilgamesh, it is transmogrifying time.
Oh.
Is he gonna do the thumbs up? Oh, no.
Nope. No thumbs up. You've been denied your thumbs up. Oh my gosh.
Many arms. The mighty warrior over to Grace Eorzea stands before you, by which I mean I, Gilgamesh, prepare yourself.
Oh my god.
Hopefully
this is
that
the
gave
best
me
thing
enough
ever.
time to build up my mana. Thank
This is the
God.
best thing ever.
You have some skill, I'll give you that. But Gilgamesh is the only one. Oh God, what's going on?
I figured it out.
Yep, I got it too. Oh no, I'm chained. Unchain me, friends.
I'm trying. I'm very slow.
Oh no. I don't have any of my AoE.
Wait.
Oh no, I've made friends.
Okay, we don't have to worry about those. Okay. Oh no, now we are fighting them. Okay. I didn't know we were fighting them, but I guess we are now.
Oh God. Oh, dang it, I'm chained again. Break me out, friends. I'm about to die. And now for something truly shocking. Ow! No, the mighty Gilgamesh will not be defeated.
Oh, damn it. I didn't move fast enough for that.
Oh no. Oh, get out of the middle. And then run back to the middle.
I love how the achievement is enough expository banter.
To think about the fulfill full
Complement
completion
of
of arms. No more hijinks from Gilgamesh. You have my word. The treaty blade, too, I shall return, just as soon as I remember where I hid it.
That's about right.
Anyway, I yield to your unparalleled persistence and other stuff that I was not quick enough to read because who can read that fast?
Yay! I'm so happy.
But there you go, your chance at the green chicken.
Yay! He got it! The one
So
thing
Greg
he
gets-
wanted so badly.
So Greg gets Greg's chicken.
Yeah.
I got the chicken. Yes.
Great.
I am complete. Now, if only I could get Gilgamesh's costume, then we'll be.
Oh, the chicken's back.
Yeah. I really wish that they would release his outfit as like a transmog.
Not. Ha! I lied again, like a rug. So he just did a not joke.
Yeah.
You can take that foolish old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power and not save the bucket. Frickin' daggett bracket. Warrior of Light, I have proven a worthy opponent, but I warn you, the treasure moment with your
Yeah, without
treasure every
opponent.
moment.
Yeah.
For as sure as the day follows night, the hour will come and I claim my own. Till we meet next.
You're totally ready to go. Alright, Hildibrand, you got out?
Well, he said his subterranean investigation was nearing its conclusion, so
Yeah.
Oh, what ho, Gwen? Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? Lead me to them at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together.
It's all done.
The battle has already been won. That is a triumph. That is triumphant news indeed. Clearly, the lessons you have learned from me have not been for naught. And what's this you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby woods? Worry not, my ever-loyal associate, for no buried treasure will escape the keen eye of Hildibrand. Sorry, I gotta clear my throat. Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Now, which way was the forest again?
accidentally hit the button, so.
Kind of all around us, Hildibrand.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the forest, thank you.
Gwen, what news of the Primal and the Treaty Blade? Remarkable. I knew the Warrior of Light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope the Inspector Hildibrand enjoys similar success in finding the blade.
Such design, such craftsmanship, at once bold and powerful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I found the inspiration for my next masterpiece.
Of course they're beautiful. They were the greatest treasures of the lost Silda. To think that they're locked away in the vaults of those that destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' names to the mud.
And just how did you come to know of these long-lost relics?
There was an ancient scroll passed down in our family, left to us by our dear... Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Nashu.
grandmother. It's spoken of the 4 warriors of light, their 4 relics, and the incarnation of the untold power. If we would have yielded this magic of the legend, Ellie and I would still have the last laugh. Alas, we speak of words that had no effect. Only a warrior of light can wield the power, or so the legend goes. What would I have given to seen it? The ultimate achievement of the greatest mages of the realm had ever known.
And just what sort of incantation is this?
The ring casts open the door of justice. The wise man whispers, "Vindicate true." Asmian's virtuous signs down from the heavens. To complete the incarnation, the warrior of light would have to have pulled forth the treaty blade and speak. Blade in my hand, I swear upon to you. The legend differs as to what happens next, but has speak as the great holy radiance shining down from the heavens.
Guess who's bringing the sword? Over here, friends. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, returns with tidings of most triumphant.
The way he's
like how
looking at it. Oh, why?
Behold, safe in my hands, none other than the treaty blade, and the real one this time, I swear unto you.
Yes, yes, just like that. I swear upon to you. Then...
My word, whatever is this odd tingling sensation?
Ridiculous. Hildibrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some fool who thought he could stop a lesser moon with his bare hands.
Well, yeah, the treaty blade seems.
It would seem the treaty blade is just as confused as the rest of us.
No, the light. Someone stop it. I cannot see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscular-bound buffoon.
Skyward ho!
Oh, there he goes.
Well, I dare say that proved to be most useful incantation indeed.
And so the light of justice that shone the treaty blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ended. I must say, I never expected it to be quite literally a beam of light. Suppose it wouldn't have been much of use to us after all. Inspector! Oh, Inspector! Wait for me! Thal's balls, Hildy. First you almost die of your at your poor mother's feet, and now you fly off to the gods know where without even giving her a kiss goodbye?
Oh, it appears that a case of wanderlust has once again struck Hildibrand, as it has many a Manderville man before him. Godspeed, my boy. When the day comes that you tire of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art.
And so in the end, Silda's incarnation of legend was wielded not by a warrior of light, but a gentleman of light. Well, the treaty blade is some centuries old after all. Perhaps it's not quite as sharp as it used to be. The magic that brought peace and happiness to the people of Belladia. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. To think I could see it with my own eyes. It's nothing short of a dream come true.
He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case, and still he manages to make a girl's dream come true. A gentleman to the end, the bloody bastard.
Even Briarden finally concedes to him.
He's like, God damn it. Fine.
Oh, out in space? What's this? A glint in the corner of my eye? A curious scent wafting in on the winds from a far-flung land? Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for whenever the wrong wants succor, I, Hildibrand, shall be there.
Until we meet again.
Till we meet again. Okay, there we go. Yay, we get a wind-up gentleman.
We won so many things. And Greg got his chicken.
Yay! Greg got Greg's chicken.
Greg got Greg's chicken. It was the one thing he wanted. He kept begging for.
Oh. The end credits, I guess.
Yeah. I like how she's wearing her outfit. Will return? Question mark?
Yeah, Hildibrand will return.
It's beautiful.
Fucking weird cobbling that's always in all the scenes.
Oh! It's dead. Well, it's gone now.
Ah. God, that's terrifying. We did it!
And there you have it. That's the end of the A Realm Reborn Hildibrand story.
Yay!
I have 0 slots in my inventory.
Oh no.
Hold on, I gotta use some things.
So, overall, what did you ultimately think now that you've completed the A Realm Reborn
That was
chapter of
good.
his story?
I love me a good, weird, like, mystery. I feel like I was watching some weird Lupin the Third shit.
I told you, Hildibrand's stuff is just amazing.
It was pretty good. It was pretty darn good. I can't wait to see the rest of it, but Not gonna immediately do it though.
No, we'll put that off for now.
Yeah.
But we'll come back to it, definitely.
That's a good one. We need a nice like time to chill and spend a couple streams just enjoying
yeah.
weirdness.
By the way, here's the new emote that we got. I don't know if Wynn can see it yet.
Hold on. I am pulling out.
Nothing's happening. Hold on. Emote.
I was waiting for Wynn to get done so he could look and see it as well.
I'm trying to find my chicken. I seem to. Oh, okay. There's a second page. There we go. I was like trying to find the second page thing. Here we go. I got my chicken.
All right, check it out.
All right. The flex. Oh, where's my emotes?
I love how it even includes the sparkling teeth.
Yeah. Oh, that's the look.
Oh,
Get up
man.
here. You gotta line up for it proper.
Yes, we do. Let me pull it up proper. Okay. Are we going to do a 1, 2, 3 or just go for it?
Are you going to G pose and take a picture of it, Rachel?
Yeah, they keep doing it too, which is great. Hold on.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get rid of the little thing in the corner. Oh, you should get rid of
Yeah, I have to figure this out again.
Ifrit, go away.
We should actually move in a tiny bit closer to you, Rachel. He's a bit further out.
There. I've moved a bit
Oh,
closer.
but it's not gonna. Okay, hold on. I have to impose for a second. I did all that work, man. I did all that work. All right, hold on. I have to get rid of this too while we're at it. There we go.
Okay.
Look at these dorks.
And bring some light into it. Yeah, look at us. Oh.
Oh, yeah. We got to record it and then.
I mean, that's the only way to properly end it,
Yep.
after all.
Yeah, again, we're gonna end it like this. This is how we're ending it. The good old smile.
Actually, we've actually got Inspector clothes now as well if we wanted to really...
Oh god, I don't want to have to try to figure that all out.
Well, it's not too hard, but.
No, I don't. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Good night, guys.
No, we can't go to bed.
You're gay. I'm gonna go back. All right. But thank you everyone for watching. We finished it off. We did it. The AR Hildibrand stuff is done, and we'll get to the rest of it next time. But yeah, thank you everybody, and we'll be back tomorrow with something. Most likely more Final Fantasy, but I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling. How I'm feeling. How everyone's feeling. I'm tired. That's all I know right now. Alright, but good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night.